It's very easy to see how quick a gun can do something, right? It's something that can pretty much take someone's life in an instant, in 1 or 2 seconds. You know, it's a blink of an eye and that person's gone. And my personal experience with gun violence is related to domestic violence. It was a shooting that happened at the hands of my father. An argument started, and then from there on out, that gun was brought out. He had it legally through the, FOID system. I had been shot, and in the next couple seconds, both my sister and my mother were, gone.
I still vividly remember that weekend. And I still remember taking a moment to just exhale, because how close Karina and Daniela were, living to my district office. I think I was just trying to provide some support. And I remember talking to him afterward and just being like, hey, if you ever just need somebody to talk to, if you ever just want to stop by, like, it's a safe space, like, you can just come hang out, we have snacks. And he took me up on that offer. Whether it's school shootings, whether it's domestic violence, people everywhere have been impacted by gun violence. And I love the fact that G-PAC are proactively pushing to get safer laws on the books to try to save people's lives.
When I was first elected to the Illinois House, I kind of threw myself into learning all I could from gun violence prevention organizations. And through that work, we got connected with some domestic violence protection advocates. And they really said that the most dangerous time for survivors and their families was when they were putting forth an emergency order of protection, when they were petitioning the courts for safety. They would say, my abuser has access to a weapon. I'm scared that they will hurt me. And then the courts and our law enforcement did not have the tools they needed to execute those warrants, to keep those survivors and their families safe. So we knew this was a huge loophole that needed to be changed.
These are guns in the hands of abusers. Abusers. These are people that are inflicting harm and damage. They are using fear and isolation in order to have power and control over the people that they claim to love.
Karina's bill will require police to more quickly confiscate guns from alleged abusers when an order of protection is in place. Karina Gonzalez's son supports that measure.
In order to get the bill done, the reality is the intricacies of getting an order of protection. There's a lot that's involved. And so, there's various different ways. And in order to change even a small portion of the Illinois state law, we had to engage a lot of different stakeholders, a lot of different people.
Gun owners in Illinois are now required to lock up their firearms.
I was really proud to be a part of the Safe at Home Act because it kind of harkened back to my volunteer days with Moms Demand Action. It's just really important that in the state, as we're treating gun violence as a public health crisis, we're talking about safe storage. Is our number one line of defense when it comes to accidental shootings. The easiest way to keep your children safe when there's a gun in the home is to keep it unloaded and locked. And when you're in mental health crisis, seconds can save your life. Not have a firearm easily accessible, it can really make a difference.
And unfortunately, I've had to see firsthand how many parents leave their weapons unlocked and unsafe.
And then we know lost and stolen guns on the street are the #1 guns used in crime in our state. So if you know that your firearm was stolen, you really need to report it within 48 hours. We're tightening that window. We're giving law enforcement more information when they need it most. So we're just trying to cover kind of all of our bases to keep people safe.
I'm tired of hearing thoughts and prayers, and then nothing gets done. So Illinois is standing up and doing something about it.
G-PAC has such a long history bringing everyone to the table to make sure that we are crafting legislation that works for Illinois and also is nation leading. And G-PAC is able to navigate Springfield, the national folks, and then most importantly, the community organizations who are doing the boots on the ground. Those voices are the most important voices to listen to when we're working on policy in the state of Illinois, and G-PAC offers that space for us to get all that work done together.